Hey guys, it's Connor here. I've had a lot of people asking me what add-ons I use throughout my various videos, and in this video I thought I'd go over the ones that I'm using. In no particular order, the first one is Auctionator. Auctionator adds a really cool feature where you can do a full scan, and after doing a full scan of the auction house, any items that are sellable on the auction house or purchasable, when you hover over them in your bags, you can see how much they sold for the last time you scanned. So you can see here all these items, you can get an indication of how much I can sell them for. The next add-on is Mounts Journal Enhanced. It's going to give mounts, well, their rarity colors, which is pretty cool. It also has some additional information that you can see over here, like how many times you've used that mount, how long you've traveled using this mount, how far you've traveled with this mount, when you gained the mount, and the percentage of players who own the mount, and as well as like the family of the mount. And if you want to see a link to the mount on Wildhead, you can always click this. Overall, it doesn't really solve a problem, it just gives me extra information and it looks cool. The next add-on is GTFO. This is one that I've had for a very long time. Basically, when you stand in something that's damaging you that you shouldn't be standing in, it will pretty much make a really annoying sound to let you know that you need to stop standing there. It's usually helpful for me who plays in melee because sometimes I don't see that I'm standing in something because all the enemies I'm standing on are also standing in it too. It's just an early warning system to move out of the way to prevent dying. The next add-on is DBM, Deadly Boss Mods. There's also the other one, Big Wigs, which is an alternative to that one if you don't like it. This is your classic, you know, it helps you play the game kind of thing. You know, the one that will say like, oh, orbs. Watch out for lines, you know, it kind of does call outs and has timers of when the bosses are doing certain abilities. It just makes playing the game a little bit easier. I'm sure most of you should already know what this is. Then we have Angry Keystones. Angry Keystones is a Mythic Plus add-on that basically gives you a little bit more extra information in your Mythic Plus runs. It's quite convenient. The next add-on is one that I cannot live without, and this is BlizzMove. Now, this one literally lets you open up windows and be able to drag them wherever you want on your screen. So if you want them like this, for example, you can do that. But a bonus to this add-on is not only can you move it around, if you hold Control and you use your scroll wheel, scrolling up will zoom it in. And you can have it like massive like this. Several people have asked me like, how do you move the windows? How do you make them so big? It comes in handy so you can see all this information like a lot better. Because a lot of the default windows in the game are actually tiny. They're like super small. The next add-on is one that I got recently and I cannot live without it. It's called Teleport Menu. When you hit escape, it opens up pretty much a list of teleports that you have, like starting with your Hearthstone, Gareth and Hearthstone, Dalaran Hearthstone, items that teleport you, like your Delve bot. I've got the Zen Pilgrimage, and then you have them divided by expansions. For the dungeons, the Mythic Pluses, when you time at 10, you unlock a portal that takes you to that dungeon. So I have like Grim Batal, I have Darkheart Thicket, BFA, 3 dungeons there, Shadowlands, the War Within dungeons here. So it just gives you a quick, easy list of all the teleports that you have access to. It's really handy. The next add-on is BetterCharacterPanel. This is what this green text on my screen is. It basically indicates that I have enchantments on my gear. If I didn't, it would be in red instead, letting me know that I have not enchanted this gear. For example, if I equip this weapon over here that doesn't have an enchant, it will say here, no enchant, which means I should enchant it. And if you don't have 2 gems in each of your rings as well as your neck, it's also going to show an icon that you are missing your gems that you can equip, because you can always have 2 gems in a neck, 2 gems in each ring. So you should always have 6 gems at all times. You can also use this add-on to inspect other players to see if they're missing any of their enchants or their gems too. The next add-on I use is called BigDebuffs, and as far as I'm aware, it just makes debuffs bigger, makes the icon on their health bars a lot bigger, so it's more noticeable. It's more of a quality of life thing for me so that I can see better, I guess, because sometimes I miss a whole lot of things because there's just so much happening on the screen sometimes. The next add-on is Details Damage Meter. You should already know what this does. It basically counts the amount of damage that you do. You can also set it for healing, interrupts. You can track pretty much anything that anybody's doing, including yourself. So if you're interested in tracking how your groups are performing, if people are interrupting enough times, if somebody's not interrupting, you can check if people are using potions, their health stones, anything. You can literally track anything in it. It's pretty cool. The next add-on I get people asking me about all the time, it's the one that makes my Quest UI look like this. People love it a lot. This is Dialog UI, and it changes your quest menu thing to look like this. And it also gives you little shortcut keys like spacebar to accept. And if the NPCs have more than one option, it gives you a number from 1 to 9. So for example, I can press 2 and it shows me the location for the bank in this case here. This allows you to go through the quest menus super quickly by using your hand where it already is on your keyboard. It also comes with 2 options. You can get it in this like brown parchment, the one that I use, or you can have it in this like darker theme over here as well. There's several settings you can change with it to get it to look the way that you want. So experiment with it and see how you like it. The next add-on is called HandyNotes. Now HandyNotes is quite simple. It's going to literally add a bunch of icons on your map. And to get the best use out of this is on your map, you're going to use the icon over here, the HandyNotes icon. You click it, you can actually select and control what you want to see. For example, you can show the skywriting glyphs. I've already collected them, so that's not going to show. I can show like disturbed earth locations, the popular ones that it normally spawns on. And it'll show me all the locations that those usually appear on. So if you want to make a flight path to look for these, this is where you're going to fly. You can also toggle like delve rewards so that when you hover over a delve, it will give you this display over here telling you what you've completed, what you haven't completed from that delve in terms of achievements, as well as pets or any items that you can collect from it. You're also able to display pet locations, treasure locations, the locations of rares, like rare NPCs. I often turn a lot of this off because I feel like it clutters my map too much, but when I do need it, I can always toggle it back on to activate it. In some zones in the game, you'll get an achievements area where you can actually put icons for certain achievements, like for the lore objects or the flight master locations or certain other things. Another recent add-on I got has been super helpful, and this one is called Map Pin Enhanced. So pretty much when you open up your map, you can place a pin by holding Control and left click, but with this add-on, you can place multiple pins. Usually in the base game, you're only able to place one. Right now you can see I have several. And if you go ahead and click the icon that looks like this on your mini-map, it will open up a list of these pins and you can track them, you can rename them, you can even change the colors of them if you want. You can right-click them here or right-click them within your map itself. So like I can change this one, for example, change it to green, change this one to red. And if you want to delete them, you just hold Control and you just click them again like that. They'll also actually stay here on your map for a long time. And if this window at the top is bothering you, you can always close the tracker and just, open it up again whenever you need it or don't need it. The next add-on I cannot live without is Plater. It's the reason why you can see here all these players in my game right now, their names are in the same color as their class. So I know that this is a hunter. I know this is a shaman. I know that that is a priest. It doesn't work with every single player though, but in my case, it will work with most. Horde players or the opposite faction players will not have this set up for them. Mine is actually set up in a way that if they take damage or if they're less than 100% health, it will actually show a health bar on them as well. This is so that when I'm in open world content, I can see if somebody's about to die or not and maybe just pop them a heal or something. Unfortunately, this doesn't work in dungeons and raids as Blizzard has deactivated that kind of functionality, which is a bit lame. It's mostly for open world. However, Plater is not just for my friendly health bars, it's the major thing that you might notice from mine. But you can also change your enemy target frames as well. You pretty much can change anybody's, health target frames. In my case, mine look like this, which if you use the default one, this is probably going to look a bit strange to you seeing the health bars like this. If you like my profile, I will go ahead and share my profile, this whole text stuff. Basically, you're going to copy all of this. I'll paste like a link in the description down below that has all of this. Essentially, you're just going to copy this and then you're going to go to the profiles page here and you're going to go import profile and then you'll activate it. And after you've activated it, you'll type /reload so that it reloads the game. And then that will update your Plater profile to have the same one I'm using if you want to experiment with exactly what I have. So you can get it here in the description down below. The next add-on I want to talk about is RareScanner. So pretty much it's going to pop up this thing on my screen over here, which lets me know that there is a rare active and it shows me it's over here and I can fly to that location so that I can go ahead and kill this rare. It's super handy if you're trying to track and kill rares within the game. You can see here, I just found him. This guy spawned, he's here. And now if I wanted, I can go ahead and kill it. Now you should be aware that this add-on is going to clash with HandyNotes because it as well on your map has an icon here where it will show the rare NPC icons. So if you have this enabled, it will show all the rare icons. But if you have the HandyNotes one active as well, it's going to have like double the icons and it's going to be super bloated and confusing. So I recommend making sure you pick either one or the other. I often will either turn the HandyNotes one off so that only RareScanner has its one active. And for the most part, I actually just have none of them showing at all and just have the add-on show when it like, spawns a rare, open up my map and it'll have the icon that's like flashing and I know, okay, the rare is over there. That's what I want to do. That's all I need to know. But you can use any settings that you feel suits your needs. The next add-on is called TomTom, and it's the reason why I have my coordinates always at the top left of my screen. You can actually move it wherever you want. I just put it at the top left so people can see it. It's actually, mine's a little bit big because a lot of people always ask me in my videos sometimes, where exactly are you? So I just kept my coords up there. You could go to those exact coordinates and you could find your way exactly to where I'm standing. But the main reason why you want this add-on as a player is if somebody shares coordinates and something in the chat, or even if you watch a guide and they're like, cool, they're at a certain coordinates. You will literally type in the chat, you'll type /way space 20, and then you'd use the dot for any decimal places. And then you'd hit space and then you type in the next number. Let's say I do 19.1. So you'll type in the chords just like that. And after you've done so, it actually gives you a waypoint, which will track. And this apparently is over here. You'll see on my map, this takes me to this exact location, those chords that I typed, those random ones. And it puts up a map pin at that location that you can make your way to. And you can also follow the arrow on your screen to go there. Makes it super handy to track specific locations. The next add-on is called Waypoint UI. This one actually changes what the waypoint looks like. And you'll see here, it's got this very interesting looking UI over it that is not the default one. This is from this add-on that I'm using. It pretty much lets you know where this location is. You see, the further I am away, the smaller it is, but the closer I get, the bigger it is, so that it's a lot more noticeable. And then once you're close enough, it actually puts the text of what it is over it. So that's the Monoforge Omega Raid. It's pretty cool. It just gives you a little bit more extra information. It's mostly for convenience and just like quality of life, but I kind of like it. The next add-on is a very, very powerful tool, especially if you know what you want it to do. This is WeakAuras. WeakAuras allow you to pretty much do anything. Like for monks, for example, you know that we're not supposed to use the same ability twice in a row because we do less damage that way. You always have to press a unique ability. There's a weak aura that tracks whatever the last ability you pressed was and will put it on your screen so you know, okay, cool, I've already used Tiger Palm, or I've already used Rising Sun Kick, so I mustn't click it again. I mainly use my WeakAuras to track my teachings of the monastery for my blackout kick, because the more times you use Tiger Palm, it adds a buff to my blackout kick, which means if I use Tiger Palm 4 times before I use blackout kick will actually attack 4 times in one hit. I also have a weak aura to track my Vivacious Vivification, which makes my Vivify heal instant instead of having the cost bar. So while I'm busy playing, if I see this is available next to my health bar where I've placed it, I can press this and instantly gain a free heal while I'm busy fighting, so I can keep myself topped up so that the healer doesn't have to worry about me all the time. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you know any add-ons that you think I might like or other people don't know, let me know and let us know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.